set out to talk about 3 points. First one is very critical. This one, types of lean organizations. There is non-lean and true lean, but in between, there is a big piece called pseudo-lean. Everyone knows what a non-lean is. The pseudo-lean, we need to understand this very well. Okay? What is a pseudo-lean organization? Let me give you a neuroscience light lessons. Anytime we learn something new, in our brain there are connections which are being made. Our brain physically changes. New connections sprout. The connections get strengthened by repetition and practice. We've heard that, but we don't understand that this process continues throughout our last breath. People think, oh, we won't know that. Only kids can do that. No, process continues. There is definite research done. In your brain, there is a topographical map of your entire body. It's called the hippocampus. There is a physical representation of your entire body in the brain. So if you develop certain areas of your brain, guess what happens? That literally that brain, just like you would build a body, that brain becomes stronger. You are truly changing the brain. So let's look at culture. So if you start with the brain, culture is nothing but family, department, corporation, or a nation. It's making the right connections. But it all starts with one individual. That's what culture is. Culture is a collective mindset, alive and dynamic and constantly changing and evolving. So when people talk about culture change, it is automatically changing. What are you trying to do? Whether you like it or not, it is changing. What you have to focus on is culture enrichment. That is true lean. When you're in trouble, the only tool you aim for, I want lean. When you scream for lean. When you really think that is the only tool which will help you get out of that mess. You will always instinctively go for that. That's what true lean is. How many of you have seen this, House of Toyota? How many of you live in a house? Raise your hand. How many of you live in a house? I'm sorry. Sincerely sorry. How many of you live in a home? You see that subtle difference? A house is a structure. A home has something more. There are emotions, there are bonds. There is much more. That is a subtle difference between pseudo-lean and true lean. Okay, let me give you one more example. Okay, non-lean has no presence of lean. Pseudo-lean is skin deep. But true lean, not only are you a lean thinker, you feel lean, but there's more. You are almost in a state of lean. It's something more. It's being there. Again, there is a very subtle difference between true lean and pseudo-lean organizations. If I were to ask you, are you humble? And if you answer yes, you're not humble. That's the same way. If you ask an organization, are you lean? If they answer yes, they have to go back to the drawing board. Okay. Very subtle differences, but very critical differences. Come to the end of the road. Lean is a journey, not a destination. Flavor of X syndrome. Flavor of the week, flavor of the month, flavor of the year, flavor of 5 years. Lynn Allen talked about 5 years, right? Anything sticks for 5 years in the organization, then something new. So we all suffer from the flavor of X syndrome. Do you agree? Pick this tool, don't like it, go for the other flavor. Don't like vanilla, let's choose chocolate. What happens to your strategy? It gets derailed. There is no connection between your strategies. When you use this as a strategy, it becomes a problem. So what do we need to do? Let's make a long-term choice. Make a long-term commitment. That's the road we need to take. We need to plan ahead. Strategy is not a 1 week or a 2 week thing, not a 1 or 2 year thing. It is beyond the lifespan of the leader to keep the corporation going. So you got to have a strategy, have a choice, which is long term. So say you select Lean Six Sigma as your choice. Where would you put it? At the back of the train? The ones who use the Lean tool and Six Sigma tools as the engine. Everything they do, every culture change, everything from the janitor to the CEO, everyone is thinking lean. Long term, the only instinctive tool they are using is the lean tool. They have a big tool set, but the core tool set is the lean tool set because it is common sense. It is simplicity. If they create chaos, they know there is no other option. It is going to backfire on them. It's going to derail the company. So the only thing they can do is keep simplifying. In order to have that, you need somebody who can lead, somebody with a vision. That is the most critical thing. So when I say lead, what does that mean to you? What is leadership? Anyone? What is leadership? Give me a definition. Lead. What's that?
Showing the way. Leading by example.
Leading by example. Okay.
Follow me.
Follow me. Very good. Anyone else?
Taking initiative.
What's that?
Taking initiative.
Okay, wonderful.
Servant leadership, taking care of your people so they take care of you.
Okay, very good.
Taking people where they wouldn't go on their own.
Charting the path. I have a different definition of leadership. Lead is leave everything appreciated on departure. Okay. Just like a relay race, you want to make sure you set up the next person for success. A true leader sets up the next person for success. That is the essence of leadership. If you cannot do that, you are not a good leader. So true lean needs true leaders. So true leaders turn the dash into infinity. So just like my dad and Wayne left us a legacy, lean like a legacy has no end. They live on. So our goal is to exist in the true state of true lean. That is the journey. That is our goal. Our goal should be a little broader than that too. We need to have a true lean planet Earth. That's the only home we have. Nowhere else to go. We need to start thinking right now. And corporations form a very critical piece of our planet. They are the sustenance. If we stress out all the people, if we create the environment of fear and stress and disengagement, reaching the state is very difficult. There are 3 points. Value your appreciating assets. Live in the true lean state. Leave a legacy. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste. Divinity within me salutes the divinity within you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Adil, I want to thank you so much for your power, your words, your contributions. I was very inspired. As I was looking around the room while you were speaking, I saw people just literally hanging on every word and every slide that you were talking about. Inspiration, motivation, the power of people. So that's exactly the type of message that people want to walk away from a conference feeling, so they can take that back. And I think just by virtue of the people that came up to you afterwards and some of the comments that I overheard them telling you on how what they felt after hearing that was just an outstanding message. And I really appreciate the power and the impact of what you were able to contribute to this conference.
Thank you very much.
Outstanding. Thank you so much.